Hey guys, welcome back to grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raid Shadows. Today we've got a champion showcase for Arena, a Go Second team. I am all the way up in Plat Tesness. Now this is to do with the Fusion, the formal Fusion champion. I think he's got something very special, so I'm going to go through this roster and we're going to go use him and let's give him a try out and see what he can do, right? So um, I'll start here. So as you can see, this is the team that I kind of want to use or showcase today. The nukers will be the only thing that is not very free to play just for today, really. So what we'll go through then is we have a handful of champions that we're going to use. So mainly these are the four champions that we're going to use. Lydia is Faction Wars. Mephala, which is, well, yeah, you guys could see it. Mephala, which is also from Free, UDK, who a lot of people have because he was free for a very long time. And then the Fusion, obviously, itself. So I will be swapping in and out of champions, generally when we all need them, or I feel like we all need them. So anyway, let's get into the showcase then, because I've been trying out this champion, and I like what I see, and I will show you the build shortly. What we're gonna do against this one first, obviously if there's a Rhodas, you're gonna put a UDK in to protect him, because I have realized that Rhodas does go through him quite easily, and then we're gonna kind of just use whatever nuke I think is gonna be best. So right now I'm gonna bring in Turvolt and just let Turvolt do his thing here, and then we're also gonna bring a cleanser or attack up or needed. We will need a cleanser because we have Mephala on their team. I'm just gonna kind of show you what they can do. Obviously, it's really important that you take the right nuker as well, obviously, for sure. However, this is what we're gonna start off with. We've got a fast Turvolt, obviously, take out Python very quickly. Now you can do this multiple ways, but right now I actually just kind of don't see a point of doing anything because they're not going to do anything. So let's try and get a cooldown if needed to be. I do think there is a little bit of a bug on him. I just saw a cooldown effect there, so I'm not too sure what that is yet. We're gonna go from Mephala nicely, and then we're gonna come round to UDK. UDK is kind of doing his thing, and as you can see, we got the full cooldown there on Mephala, so that was nice, a bit of a cooldown, right? We're gonna go for UDK next, and then I'm just gonna leave this is. So obviously UDK stops us being targeted. It's very easy. 1 minute 5. Not a bad arena team as well, but not amazing, obviously. So what do we do then if there is a lockout champion or something like that? We just simply skip it, I think, personally. I haven't really tried comps that are faster. I suppose it's worth a go. We can maybe try it. So we got Mephala, you got UDK. UDK would be dropped because kind of makes sense to. We're bringing Lydia there, and I suppose we can bring in a Rhodas, right? Because Rhodas kind of makes more sense, or a Stoic Nuka like Hefrak. Hefrak would be quite good here as well. So you can bring Lydia in. This will just allow you to do some more stuff if needed to be. We've got about Basher, to be fair. We're just gonna cleanse there. That's why I do like the cleanse. That's pretty nice to have. Obviously we all try and fear him. We do have Lydia, so if anyone does feel like they want to try and revive, it won't really work that much. Man Series was very lucky though to strip that Stow skin for sure, which was a bit annoying. So as you can see here, we're actually taking quite a few hits, and nothing really is freezing us. Now I can't play that because that will stop the killables. So we're just gonna take Leo. So I was surprised that we survived this. I think if it was a Warlord, it would be a different story. Obviously, Warlord is a no-go right now with this style of team. However, I do feel it'll be quite effective against Warlord in the right setups. So again, we have another one here. We're going to bring Turbolt back in for this because I feel like Turbolt will be a good case nuker. We do have AoE, so we will need a cleanser, and so we're bringing Mafala after that. So this will be very, very challenging. They've also got quite a bit of sheep, so maybe there is quite a bit of accuracy in here. So there we are. We'll try our luck. There's the cleanse, there's the unkillable. So his is quite fast, which is surprising. In all fairness, no point really trying anything. And then I think we will play my unkillable as well. And then we'll save the cleanse because I have noticed that the shield will override, which is what tends to happen. Doesn't stack. I'm just gonna wait for their unkillable, right? That's what we're gonna do. So it doesn't look like he's built. He is properly. This is why I like a cleanser, because there is no block buffs, and it's really important to remember there is no block buffs. So bringing in the block buffs will be nice. So we've got the cooldown effect here already from UDK, from his passive. Now I think if you got the UDK, I don't think his passive will work generally. Something also worth pointing out. And I think I feel like he's really tanky. I really like his synergy. Not too sure how we'll do against another type with the same similar team. Not really tested anything. So go after Pythian. I suppose actually we could leave Pythian. There's a nice cooldown that should help with business. AUDK's run out with tricks. We're just gonna speed him up. I'm actually gonna go for her because she will cause me some issues. And this is where I do like to have some thingies. I have got another team as well I'm going to showcase in a second, which is not so much free to play, but it will be really, really good. So he's going to force me onto him again. He can absolutely take a beating. It's terrific, and like how much he can really take. Do have to be careful with champions or extra turns, in case they don't protect themselves. If you take Lydia, I think it'll be alright. And I think he's gonna have really nice synergy with Pythian as well. Not Pythian, sorry, with can't speak. Oh, still. That passive, that A2 is annoying. Really, really good. Really, really effective. We'll put some shields up actually because I do feel like we do need some shields. And that slow UDK, really nice as well. Didn't need to do that. There goes Pythian. And let's just see if he's going to be slow enough to cause me any issues. I'm actually going to Titan next. I really like his kit. I think he's really cool. I think if you guys are guiding me not using him in Clan Boss, I think he just gives you a solid go second team. Like, he's not being able to beat us, while we're not being able to beat him. It's just super, super solid. This team, this Go Second team, by the way, is super solid as well. Just bearing in mind, this is a free-to-play Go Second team. I know my Lydia's +4, but that doesn't really do much. Like, her build's not crazy, and I'll show you after this as well. My father's build is quite bad as well. Here, we're actually going to drop Mafala. We're going to bring in UDK. I do like to have the aura in, just generally because of the passive. Sorry, because of a shield. And I do generally like that. Now, I haven't figured out his AI or anything like that to kind of worry about yet. I'm actually gonna take out UDK, sorry, Mountain King. Then I will play then Killable. Don't really tend to need to. And then we're gonna go after Rodus next. So again, super nice. Actually, we're gonna go after Python now. Just try to revive. And then we're just gonna hit auto because we generally have beat this quite well. We got a cooldown there on Rodus, which is generally quite nice as well. He's just got so much. He does CC, he shields. I'm a really big fan of him. I think he's gonna be really cool. I think if you guys not using Marina, even if you don't use him in Classic, he's a solid option for the Go second team. And actually, I think that's where he'll probably go for me is in a 3v3. I think he's gonna be really cool with my Duchess, my second UDK. I just go really nicely with the synergy with the two. Just for the third team, and I could see him cause them a lot of problems. You know, Mortimer Carb, massive issue. Georgie will be something that will be able to get through like cheese because he ignores unkillable. Rolus as well, but Rolus generally you can nerf with that. Who else can ignore unkillable? There's not many nukers that can ignore unkillable, which is quite good. I suppose Supreme Elaine can avoid allow protection, so you would have to be careful if you use Necrid. I could use Necrid in here, but this game would be crazy if I use Necrid. Okay, so let me showcase you the next team I kind of want to look at. I really enjoy building like free-to-play comps and stuff like that. But where do I see next? So we're going to drop these two. I'm actually going to bring in my Duchess because they're both in bolster, and we obviously know bolster stacked quite nicely. We've got I'm actually going to bring Lydia as well, just for the block passive, because I'm going to try and take the pig out first, and I'm going to bring in Turbolt because it is a more two. Actually, don't even need to worry about that really. We can just worry about hitting them as hard as possible, so we can bring in Baron, right? The reason why we can bring in a Baron is because we can place unkillable. And Mortimer Carb can't do that. Now, we might have the issue of the piggy causing a little bit of issue there with stripping if he gets a chance. But he hasn't set his A out correctly yet anyway. Look at that. I don't need to worry about him taking him out. The unkillable didn't even worry about it. Didn't even worry about the unkillable. Do need to be careful now because Baron's not protected. It's the taunt, isn't it? The taunt directed it away from Baron. I didn't even know he can do that. So I have 2 hits from Mortu. Damn. Valkyrie. Yeah, I mean this team is what it is, right? We have Mariska, we have triple revive, so probably would wise take a lockout. I don't have a Morty myself. I'm actually gonna avoid this just because I feel like it's a long fight. We will win, but it'll be a long fight. Let's try and take on this one. I'm actually going to bring in Rodus because he's a strong affinity. We do have Kaimar, so that's why Mephilo's in here as a cleanser. Look how fat that set is. And then you just cleanse. He takes his turn. He puts something killable. Don't need to worry about anything else. He's done his job. Like, generally, he has done his job. Now we can take out anyone. Now, extra turns with champions. We need to be careful of that, for sure. But he just makes any team look good. Now, depending on each roasters, you could do some special things, but this is generally very, very super nice. Obviously, OP Nuka's super nice as well and makes it nice. But everyone has their own good Nukas, I suppose, if you're in game. I would like to take on this. Tell you what, Speed has a very interesting comp here. So we do have Arodus. So we need to be careful of Arodus. So we're bringing UDK to kind of counter that. We'll keep him in. We will bring in my Turvolt to deal with him. And then we'll bring in Duchess to deal with that. So what we do is Lydia will deal with Pythian, UDK deals with Rhodus, Turvolt deals with her, and then we kill off UDK in the end. That's the plan. And obviously the only pay to win champion here is Turvolt, right? How do you do it? Double AoE, double hit, I suppose. Need for Speed is very good player anyway. Let me try this. See. Okay, so we do get a little bit borrowed from the thingy, but we survive it. We survive damage. Now we'll put the unkillable to protect ourselves, but we're losing killable now. Even if he dies and Pythian revives, we'll be okay. So I'm gonna go after Pythian next. He's actually got defense down, a weaken on him, and he does cleanse, which is nice. Expect him to cleanse that quickly. Seems he has sort of like shadow heal or something there. So long as Rose's A3 is not ready, we should be fine. And I passed the A2 with the cooldowns really does help. So he's able to take an extra turn. Lovely. And obviously we still have unkillable, even if we've lost a block damage, we still have our stone skin, we still have that available. And then we should be able to clean this up now. Okay, maybe a little bit lucky. Do A1. Now I'm still trying to figure out the kinks of this. Obviously, you can see that this does generally work, and just his synergy with his kit is really, really cool. So I really like this. Look at the size of shield is just give to Turvolt. Now Turvolt is extremely hard to keep alive. Really difficult champion to keep alive, Turvolt. So yeah, I'll take that on the chin. There we are, guys. So there is that. I'm going to go and show you his build very quickly and show you what's going on and to decide what I did. So obviously I got the 4-star blessing. That was from champion training. This was generally because of I just wanted to win it, so we've gone with this. Didn't really need resistance. I just wanted to see if he revives, we can destroy their max HP by quite a bit. You know, it's like what, 20%, and he also feels target 10 meters, so get back into his unkillable and stuff like that. It's fully booked. So these are the masteries I went with. There's a little bit of mistakes here. So for example, solitary is not really needed. I would take cyclone magic instead. That is a better option, and there is probably a better option masteries, but I went for tanky, so stuff like that. This one should have been changed for shield bearer, to be honest, so increased his shield buff with his champion's cast by 5%, but I didn't want to test him, and I've always reset his masteries as well because I wanted to go for I wanted to test him as a nuker, and he didn't do that well, so I didn't decide to rock with that. This is why he withstands AoE damage so well. So we've got 3,400 defense, which is not a lot. We have 1,700,000 HP, but we do have a 10% defense and 15% damage taken from there. And this is just gear that's sitting around on my account, etc. So you could make him faster to get the unkillables up. It's just dependent on you and stuff like that. So yeah, there is his speed and stuff like that. I'm very, very happy with that. You could also take probably tier 6, you could change it to unshakable if you want high resistance, or bolt work if you want to soak up with damage. But to be honest, I've paired him with other people who have bolt work like UDK, etc. So for me, this is my my Lydia, I suppose. Nothing special here. On HP, again, nothing too special, just super quick. Increased speed is super nice. Where's my UDK? Again, my UDK, nothing special. You know, very measly 110. 5,200 defense, which is quite tanky. My Mafala, which is quietly bad build. You know, there's nothing special here. It should be 1,000 in total, but again, it's a dungeon build, right? So that's why I have it so fast. And that's about it, guys. Like, super tanky champion. I think he's really cool. And I feel like he will offer a lot of people value in this game, just not in clan boss that we're seeing in other areas. I will probably look at rebuilding him for clan boss and doing a few videos. Let me down in the comments if you'd like to see that. Hopefully you like this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It does really help. And good luck to you guys, and I'll see you on a weekend. Peace.